Okay, I am now walking down Vienna Street to continue my exploration of Colonia Versalles. I received very favorable remarks of the past video where we explored Calle Francia and its surrounding streets. And today we're going to continue exploring. Now, last time we took a look at Calle Francia from Vienna towards the main avenue. Today we're going to explore Calle Francia on the opposite direction. So we're now heading down Venice Street, which is parallel to Milan, which is the street where we were walking last time. As you know, Vienna Street is a street that connects all the way down to where Plaza Caracol is, a big shopping center. And if you pay attention, there's a strip of pinkish sidewalk along this street, and this is a bicycle path. It's a bicycle path that was built when the sidewalk was expanded about a couple of years ago. This is a designated space for cyclists to be able to travel from Francisco Villa all the way down to Plaza Caracol. It does not connect to any other bicycle paths, at least not at this time, but it will hopefully connect to more in the future. What can you find along this street? Well, there's some commercial buildings. There's veterinarians, there is laundries, there is cleaners. There's all kinds of businesses that would be interesting or important to have for someone who was looking to live in this neighborhood. Would you want to come and hang out here as a tourist? Definitely not. Although, as you know, many of the restaurants that we love and enjoy nowadays are in Versalles. So that is always an important appeal. So let us head down to Hamburgo Street, which is parallel to Francia. We're going to walk down Hamburgo to the right, and then we're going to come back along Calle Francia. Let's fast forward ourselves there. Plus, it's a little bit quieter. Okay, so we are now walking down Hamburgo Street. You're probably wondering why I'm walking down the street and not on the sidewalk. Well, first of all, it's another wide street, another street that may or may not get the commercial street treatment at some point. But for the time being, the first 2 blocks of Hamburgo are pretty relaxed, pretty mellow. There are mostly residences around here. There is a children's daycare center, clearly, but we don't know if it's operating right now due to the pandemic. And this coming block is also a number of older homes and older condominiums, apartment buildings more than anything else. For example, these buildings on the right are 2-3-story tall apartment buildings that were built many, many years ago that are still very popular. They're not very large, as I understand it, but you can still find good rental deals around here in these types of buildings. Now, as long as we're talking about restaurants and all those things and living in this neighborhood, as English speakers, you might be wondering, well, how am I going to fare at restaurants? Well, the good news is that for the most part, all restaurants that you will find in this neighborhood have English menus, menus in English. You can expect that for the most part, although I would not guarantee that people waiting on you at a restaurant are going to be able to understand a request in English. Now, let us make our first stop right here on the corner. This is a really awesome seafood restaurant that I want to show you. It's right around the corner from this big truck that is blocking my view. But the first restaurant that I want to show you is Restaurant Bar Abulón. Abulón is a daytime place. Let us go in and take a look. It opens from Tuesday to Sunday. And ¿cómo estamos? ¿Qué dice Yelapa? Qué bueno. ¿Puedo dar una vueltecita? Okay, so as you can see, this is Abulón. This is a seafood restaurant that has been, buen provecho, buenas tardes. This is a seafood restaurant that has been here in Versalles for some time. It is quite comfortable because when you come and have lunch here, there's plenty of room. There's great social distancing from the tables and whatnot. And let me ask to see the menu. ¿Puedo ver un menú, por favor? I'm going to talk to you about the menu so you can get a sense as to what you can find here. Muchas gracias. And I'm looking at the menu, and the menu has a lot of standard seafood delightful things. Ceviches of many kinds, aguachiles, guacamole, of course. You can get some burritos here. Octopus tacos, which would be a lot of fun. And many other things that are really wonderful. There are some special things for children. And of course, the place has a full bar where you can get a cocktail and whatnot. And this would be Abulón. It's a place that I have eaten at a number of times. And I know the owners, they're really good people. They own places where you can stay. Saluden, señores. They own places where you can stay at in Yelapa. So if you want to talk to them about places to stay at in Yelapa, they can probably cut you a good deal. So this is Abulón, one of the great places along Hamburgo Street that you might want to explore while you're here. Now, the next stop is a restaurant that I've mentioned quite a few times lately on the broadcast, and that would be Cha. Cha is a fairly new project that opened here on Hamburgo Street, and it's open for breakfast and it's open for lunch, and it's absolutely amazing. I have said this on the broadcast before, and I have no qualms in saying it again. Cha has the best chicken mole enchiladas you can find in the city, period. I would love to find better enchiladas than the ones that you can find here. So just so you can take a look at it, let me first look at it from the street. So Cha has this great place where you can sit outside on the sidewalk. And if you go in, let me just show you. It's a small place, but it is really cute. Buenastardes. It is really, really cute. Very small. They kept the social distancing in a nice way, so you can sit outside and be at the sidewalk, or you can sit inside, and the air ventilation is really good. And there's the chef. Chef, how's it going?
How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Great, thank you for asking.
It's great to see you. We're
great.
always happy to be here.
Okay.
No.
Hey guys, how are you?
What is new at Cha these days?
Okay, well, everything is going well. Today, well, this week, we have a specialty of the week. We have molletes with chistorra.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You were just talking to me about the molletes with chistorra the other day.
Yes.
Exactly. Are they well accepted?
Well, the idea in Chaco, that you know, is every week we change this specialty of the week, depending the stuff that we find in the market, or you know, seasonal ingredients, seasonal products. So we think that this is a good option for breakfast, for brunch. So I would like to make it to all your audience or to visit Cha. The only day that we are closed is on Monday. Tuesday until Sunday we are open for breakfast, brunch.
Okay. You're still not opening for dinner?
And well, we are working on that. before we offered that service, but now, for all the situation for COVID-19, so we paused the service, but we think in this moment for open again the dinner service.
Excellent.
Yes, the idea is to play with a different menu each dinner, each 2 weeks. So the idea is Friday night and Saturday night, and we would like to receive you for this new service.
Excellent. Chef, qué gusto verte.
Paco, gracias a ti.
Hasta pronto.
Que estén muy bien. Bye bye.
Bye bye. So this is Cha, ladies and gentlemen, another great find here on Calle Hamburgo. And I'm going to go back to the street so that you can get a sense as to what this starts to look like. Again, Cha, I cannot rave enough about. It is such a wonderful place. And I hope you get a chance to come and see it sometime in the near future. Now, we are approaching Spain Street, Calle España. And there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. The first one, I don't know anything about it. Actually, there's 2 new restaurants over here. Let's go explore these because somebody told me about these places and I'm afraid I don't know enough about them. The first one that we're going to look at is called El Puerco de Oro. And El Puerco de Oro just opened. Somebody explained to me that El Puerco de Oro is all about pork meat. So we're going to have a look and see what this is all about. ¿Qué tal? Buenas tardes.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Felicidades.
Gracias.
Acaban de abrir, ¿verdad?
Acabamos de abrir y ya terminamos.
El día de hoy.
El día de hoy.
¿De qué se trata?
Se trata de carnitas de pork belly.
Ok.
Nada más que ya está toda herida.
No importa, nada más venimos de curiosos.
Con el chicharrón y se dora. Pimienta. Ya te lo sirves con diferentes verduras.
Okay. So, what I'm hearing is that this is a place that specializes on pork belly carnitas. And today, of course, they're done with their menu. Buenastarde. And again, Puerco de Oro has just opened. ¿Hace cuánto tiempo que abrieron?
Tenemos 12 días.
They've just opened 12 days ago y están abiertos para desayuno y almuerzo.
De 9 a 3 de la tarde y descansamos los lunes.
Okay, so they're open from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if you want to get your craving for pork carnitas, this is the place to do it.
Es frijoles negros con panela y chicharrón en salsa verde.
Oh, fantastic.
3 diferentes.
Oh, so they have 3 different types of carnita dishes, and you can come and select them if you want. Let's have a look at this place sometime in the near future. Muchas gracias y mucha suerte. Bye bye. So that's brand new. And now, next door, there's a place called La Colonia Burgers. Now, this seems to be closed right now. I know absolutely nothing about it. I don't even know. Hello, that's me. I don't even know if they have open. But right here on the corner is the Leek and Thistle Pie Company. You know Mark and his meat pies from the farmer's market. And right now he's closed. But if you ever want to shop for pies directly from Mark, this is where he keeps his shop. And now we're going to walk down Spain Street for a number of reasons. First of all, we're going to look at Spain Street because I want you to take a look at how this street is not cobblestone. This street has the new type of flatter cobblestone pavement, and this street also has the expanded handicapped accessible sidewalks. What does that mean? That means that this street has pretty much allowed restaurants like La Tosca to be able to open and have some seating outside. Now we're going to walk into La Tosca because I want you to take a look at it. Buenas tardes. This is La Tosca, a brand new restaurant that just arrived to Colonia Versalles. This is the master project of Chef Gaetano. Chef Gaetano, we know him because he used to be at a restaurant on Basilio Vadillo called Bocón de Vino. And he moved out of Basilio Vadillo, he moved over here, and as you can see, he made this wonderful little haven that didn't even used to have a roof. Now I'm happy to see as I'm looking up, that he has this kind of movable roof that can be opened up when it's not raining, and it can be closed down. So this restaurant has been very, very popular with Mexicans and English-speaking members alike. Check out the really awesome detail that they put on the wall, where they remove some of the wall to expose an Italy-shaped piece of brick, which I think is phenomenal. Con permiso. So this would be La Tosca, and of course La Tosca is part of this collective of restaurants that I've been mentioning that are located here on Versalles Street. Interspersed with all these restaurants, you find these older homes which have been the staple of Colonia Versalles. There are still a lot of traditional homes that you can check out. Sometimes you can buy them, sometimes you can rent them. And then we see all these new restaurants that have started to open. And the next stop that we have would be the wonderful conglomerate that Memo Wulff has built here. And I'm going to sneak in, although they seem to be closed. Memo Wulff has opened this wonderful compound, starting with his Raicilleria. Well, he didn't start with the Raicilleria. We're entering through the Raicilleria. This is a Raicilla bar called La Lulu. And La Lulu is a great place. Right now it's a little bit disorganized, but don't pay attention. I just happened to sneak in here, didn't even ask for permission. But this is a great place where you can hang out and enjoy a nice cocktail. They have light fare. And this, of course, connects directly to Barrio Bistro. And Barrio Bistro is this wonderful restaurant project that Memo Wulff started a number of years ago. And it started on his house, which is behind this wall. And then he expanded outside of the house. He first had this access from the original house over here, and now it's blocked. He built a brand new kitchen, which is in the back, and he has this section with a roof so that if it's raining, you can sit and you won't get wet. And now he has this gorgeous patio where tables are social distanced, and you can enjoy one of the most spectacular dinners. It was Memo Wulff, actually, who started this whole thing about opening his own restaurant here in a residential neighborhood. And when Memo Wulff decided to open his restaurant, everybody used to think, well, that's kind of crazy because you're in the middle of a residential neighborhood. But his cuisine was so spectacular that everybody wanted to come. So let me cross the street so you can see it. So here we go. The original restaurant started in this building directly ahead of me, and I can see that the building is now undergoing remodeling rather. I don't know what Memo is going to do with that. And now Barrio Bistro sits right next to it. And next to Barrio Bistro is La Lulu, in this gorgeous little residential street where you didn't used to have these kinds of restaurant experiences. Okay, now I am on Calle Francia again. So, in our last video, when we talked about Calle Francia, we pointed in that direction and said that that's where you would head all the way to Francisco Medina Asensio, which is the main avenue. And it continues to be the case. Now, if I walk 2 more blocks in that direction, I would be pretty much at Costco. So we have come all the way to the other side of Francia. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk it back just so that you can see how there are also other things that are opening here. For example, there's a place here called La Crepa, where they have cafes and paninis. And there's a place called Proyecto Hamburguesa over there that is also opening for something. There's a huge piece of property here. I have no idea what that is all about. And I'm going to fast forward to the next block because you won't find any other things worth mentioning here. Actually, this is an interesting point to stop and make a comment. If you look at the street in front of me, these are some of the streets that have already been fixed up in Colonia Versalles to make it more car-friendly and to make it more modern. Whereas if I look at Calle Francia, you can see that Calle Francia still has the old cobblestone going on. And hopefully this will all be repaired and brought up to better standards in the near future. Two other spots that are worth mentioning on Calle Francia are OPA on the left and Apostoli's Greek food on the right. Now, the story goes like this, and this is worth sharing. OPA opened first as a great Mediterranean food restaurant, Greek food OPA opened first as a great Mediterranean and Greek food restaurant with a chef by the name of Apostolis. Chef Apostolis ended up having a difference of opinion with the owner, so he opened right next door what seems to be called Apostolis Greek food. So you may have heard of OPA because of Chef Apostolis food, which is now served next door. Full disclosure, I haven't been to OPA since the original chef moved out. And I have been to his new restaurant a number of times, and I happen to think that Chef Apostolis' cuisine is absolutely wonderful. Now, I'm going to walk the last block all the way down to Calle Vienna again, just to let you know that there is a third installment of these Versalles walking tours that I still have to do, because there's a couple of great restaurants on the other side of Versalles that I have not mentioned to you just yet. And something else that is worth mentioning for anybody that's looking at this neighborhood as a place to live is that, again, you have all these other types of resources. There are doctors' offices, there's shopping, there's restaurants, obviously, but there's all kinds of other services that you may want to use or need. And as you can see, I'm approaching the stoplight. That is Calle Vienna. And this is where we conclude this little journey. I will edit this and put it up online for you to enjoy as soon as possible. And sometime in the near future, we'll come back to the next installment. And so that you can make a connection between this tour and the previous one, if I was to walk half a block in this direction on the right-hand side, that's where we would find, oh my God, I'm having a senior moment. Organic Select. That's where we would find Organic Select. So this is where I said goodbye and wish you a happy day, and we will continue to explore Versalles some other day. Take care.